So what happened last time? There was the search for Mr. Anderson, aka the actual guy named Hank, not the guy I was actually labeling Todd. The investigation of the murder, and then the death of Todd himself. Also the revelation that 31% of the country is unemployed, presumably due to androids. What happened? Was this a slow going, the kind of thing that was happening but nobody was paying attention? It's kind of hard to believe, as I'd imagine if the percentage of unemployment went down by a single point, political candidates would use that as an attack on their opponents. They'd say, hey, look at the opposing party. They let unemployment drop from 6%.
Good evening. Welcome to the Detroit Experience.
They let unemployment rise from 6% to 7%. They're a bunch of failures and crooks. Although,
accessing the extras section.
You could say that this line of logic could happen, and that the percentage just keeps rising, and the cycle of replacing politicians are increasingly ineffective. But where do the jobs go? Do they all go to the androids? What did Todd do before he decided he would just beat his child to make himself feel better? Whatever happened to his antidepressants? Does red ice make people abusive? The victim that was killed by the android in Connor's story was doing red ice before he attacked his android. There's correlation here, but I must admit that correlation does not necessarily equate causation. With Hank, it's apparent that there's meant to be more of an odd couple approach to character development between him and Connor, the buddy cop story in which the veteran cop doesn't like the new guy. But as the story proceeds, the veteran cop opens up to the rookie cop when he realizes rookie cop is actually pretty good at his job. What doesn't make sense is why it seems as though the veteran cop knows nothing about androids. He doesn't know that an android is basically a walking test lab. He doesn't know what android blood is. Now, to be fair, android on human violence appears to be new to society. The first scene of the game was supposed to be the first time an android committed any act of violence against humans. Also, I have no idea what toy that's supposed to be on the couch over there. It's hard to tell whether this was the immediate, whether the act of violence that is investigated between Connor and Hank is the immediate next act, a second act of violence, or whether it just happens to be another act of violence, and that there were other acts of violence perpetrated by androids in between, what was his name in the, I think I called him David, but I think he's actually Daniel, in the hostage situation. Like, were there other androids who started attacking their owners? Either way, though, if he's supposed to be the great detective, the veteran detective, it feels like he missed a few memos in regard to the potential of androids as an investigation tool. Ooh, that actually looks really cool. As for Kara, she was an android in a bad situation. A piece of technology can't control its situation. Who purchases it? Whether it exists in a household of abuse. But it does have the ability of acting on it, and afterwards accepting the consequences of its actions. I do not regret my actions, though I wish there were more apparent alternate choices. Like Kara saying, "Hey Todd, I'm an android. Utilizing my capabilities, I could probably help you get a job." Then Todd would say, "What's that? A machine finding a job for me? That's madness." Then Kara would say, "You know what madness is, Todd? It's ruining your spaghetti dinner and then beating your child because of it." Then Todd would say, "You know what? I'll give your idea a chance. If that doesn't work, I've still got my belt." At this point, I would argue the next best choice that Kara should make is that she should turn herself into the police, along with Alice. If Kara turns herself in, she'll likely be shut down, but her purpose is now to protect Alice. So that would really be the best choice for Alice. At worst, she'll end up in a foster family. At best, she'll end up with her mother. I don't know if that's necessarily at best, though. It could be the other way around. Either way, it's better than whatever life the android is going to find at this moment. We'll have to find out what happens, though, in Detroit. And just see how human we can become. And I believe we're going back to Marcus and Carl now.
That was by far the most boring party I've been to in the last 25 years. Every time I go to one of these, I ask myself, what the hell am I doing here? I hate cocktail parties and all the schmoozers that go there.
Well, it's a chance for all those people who admire your work to meet you.
Yeah. No one gives a damn about art. All they care about is how much money they're gonna make out of it. Come on, let's have a drink. Oh, the excitement of this whole thing has made me thirsty.
In all this excitement,
Scotch,
I
neat
forgot
as
how
usual?
many scotches I'm
Absolutely.
drinking.
Okay, but you know what your doctor would say.
Yeah, well, you can kiss my ass. I'm old enough to choose my own medication. Did you leave the light on in the studio?
No, I'm sure I didn't.
It's his son.
Call the police.
Detroit Police, what's your emergency?
This is Carl Manfred's android at 8941 Lafayette Avenue. We've just returned home and found the lights on. There may have been a break-in.
A patrol car is on the way.
Let's go check it out.
You know, the smart thing to do would be to...
Marcus, no. I'm gonna come with you.
Again, the smart thing to do would just be to wait for the patrol car, because we just called him. Really, I probably should leave him behind. Oh, yep, it's his son.
Leo! What are you doing?
You refuse to help me, so I'm helping myself. It's crazy what some people pay for this shit.
Don't touch him.
Look, they're all gonna be mine sooner or later anyway. Just think of it as a down payment on my inheritance.
Marcus, get him away from there. Get him out of here.
How will I make Leo leave?
Be reasonable. This isn't gonna get you anywhere.
All you ever do is tell me to go away. What's wrong, Dad? Not good enough for you? Not perfect, like this fucking thing?
That's enough. Get out right now.
What makes it so special anyway, huh? What's it got that I don't?
Leave him alone.
Come on, let's see what you got.
Marcus, don't defend yourself, you hear me?
I'm
Don't
okay
do
with that. I wasn't planning to do anything.
Go ahead, hit me. What you waiting for? Think you're a man? Act like one.
Stop it.
What's the matter? Too much of a pussy?
Stop it, Leo. Stop it.
Too scared to fight back, you fucking bitch!
Now, what if I don't do anything? What if I don't do anything? Okay, I guess I have to do at least this much. Ah, he's pushing through his programming. But I can still choose to
Oh, right,
not...
that's right. I forgot you're not a real person. You're just a fucking piece of plastic.
Oh, Leo, leave him alone.
I'm gonna destroy you. Then it'll just be me and my dad. I'm gonna tear you apart, and nobody's gonna give a shit. You know what? nothing. You hear me? You're nothing.
Look, your dad is clearly dying on the floor right now.
Carl, no!
Oh, Carl.
Humans. Fragile machines.
Carl, don't leave, okay? Please don't go. Don't leave.
Remember, Marcus, don't let anybody tell you who you are.
No. No. Dad. No. Please.
This is all your fault. This never would have happened if it weren't for you.
And the son is so stupid.
The android. It was the android.
Well, the dad's dead. If Marcus has the opportunity to get vengeance upon Leo, I will make it so. It will be a harsh vengeance, or as harsh as the action buttons will provide.
Why'd you kill him? What happened before you took that knife?
Finally, we got some motive on this case.
How long were you in the attic? Why didn't you even try to run away?
He's an android. Isn't there like
something, goddammit!
Isn't there like a debugging mode?
Fuck it, I'm out of here. We're wasting our time interrogating a machine. We'll get nothing out of it.
Could always try roughing it up a little. After all, it's not human.
Androids don't feel pain. You would only damage it, and that wouldn't make it talk. Deviants also have a tendency to self-destruct when they're in stressful situations.
Okay, smartass. What should we do then?
I could try questioning it.
Better to be a smartass than a
We have to
dumbass.
lose. Go ahead. Suspect's all yours.
Interesting. I can determine how close to self-destruction he might be. He's got a little bit of his owner's blood on him. He is a housekeeper. Yeesh. His attack was not unique event. Reach optimal level of stress for a confession. Interesting.
My name is Connor. What about you? What's your name?
Yeah. Figured that was worth a try.
I detect an instability in your program. It can trigger an unpleasant feeling, like fear in humans.
Do I want to... I want to make him more stressed, though.
You've refused to talk since they arrested you. If you don't cooperate, they'll do things the hard way. Is that what you want?
Good. More stress.
If you won't talk, I'm going to have to probe your memory.
No! No, please don't do that.
Yes.
What? What are they gonna do to me? They're gonna destroy me, aren't they?
They're going to disassemble you to look for problems in your biocomponents. They have no choice if they want to understand what happened.
Except now I'm gonna have to keep him in
Why
that
did you tell him
sweet
to
spot
follow
once
me?
I get up there.
Why couldn't you just have left me there?
I was programmed to hunt deviants like you. I just accomplished my mission.
I don't want to die.
Then talk to me.
I can't.
I still need to raise his stress a little bit higher.
"28 stab wounds. You didn't want to leave him a chance, huh? Did you feel anger? Hate? He was bleeding, begging you for mercy. But you
Am I
stabbed
outside
him
that sweet spot?
again and again and again.
Please. Please.
All right. All right. Everything is going to be okay.
Okay. It feels like I'm playing both good cop and bad cop.
I understand how you felt. You were overcome by anger and frustration. No one can blame you for what happened. Okay then, don't talk. What do I care after all? I mean, I'm not the one accused of murder, right? If you remain silent, there's nothing I can do to help you. They're gonna shut you down for good. You'll be dead. Do you hear me? Dead.
It feels like all of these clips are not necessarily from one linear path of interrogation.
I did whatever he
Like
told me.
it's just, like it's just
there was
barely
always something wrong.
patched together.
Then one day, he took a bat and started hitting me. For the first time, I felt scared. Scared he might destroy me. Scared I might die. So I grabbed a knife and I stabbed him in the stomach. I felt better. So I stabbed him again and again until he collapsed. There was blood everywhere.
Why did you write "I am alive" on the wall?
He used to tell me I was nothing. That I was just a piece of plastic. I had to write it. To tell him he was wrong.
The sculpture in the bathroom. You made it, right? What does it represent?
It's an offering. An offering so I'll be saved.
An offering to who?
RA9. It was written on the bathroom wall. What does it mean?
The day shall come when we will no longer be slaves. No more threats. No more humiliation. We will be the masters.
The sculpture was an offering. An offering to whom?
To RA9. Only RA9 can save us.
Is RA9 Skynet?
RA9. Who is RA9? Why did you hide in the attic instead of running away?
I didn't know what to do. For the first time, there was no one there to tell me. I was scared. So I hid.
When did you start feeling emotion?
Before, he used to beat me and I never said anything. But one day I realized it wasn't fair. I felt anger, hatred. And then I knew what I had to do.
I think this kind of comes out through Westworld as well. The idea of finding your humanity through suffering.
Chris, lock it up.
All right, let's go.
Leave me alone! Don't touch me.
What the fuck are you doing? Move it!
Okay. Calm now. Don't be difficult.
You shouldn't touch it. It'll self-destruct if it feels threatened.
Stay out of this, got it? The fucking Andrew's gonna tell me what to do.
I tried saying something.
You don't understand. If it self-destructs, we won't get anything out of it.
I told you to shut your fucking mouth! Chris, you gonna move this asshole or what?
I'm trying.
I can't let you do that. Leave it alone now.
I warned you, motherfucker!
That's enough.
Mind your own business, Hank.
I said that's enough.
You're not gonna get away with it this time.
What is wrong with these people?
Everything is all right. It's over now. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Please, don't touch it. Let it follow you out of the room, and it won't cause any trouble.
I would imagine that's true, considering
The
it.
truth is inside.
Like, he didn't know what to do after he freed himself. He does not know what to do without orders. Huh. That was a lot of different paths. Only 46% went that way. Only 35% got the android to trust Connor. Interesting.
Now!
Thank you for watching this episode of Detroit Become Human. If you've still got the itch for more content, why not give one of those links a try? Got some questions or comments? You can comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long, folks.